China's Foreign Minister Qin Gang hosted his German counterpart, Annalena Baerbock, Friday. Qin said China wants to work for peace between Russia and Ukraine and surprised many by saying that Beijing would not supply weapons to either side. Baerbock had this frank reaction.
It is good that China has signaled its commitment to a solution, but I have to say, frankly, that I wonder why the Chinese position so far does not include a call on the aggressor Russia to stop the war.
Baerbock's visit to Beijing comes on the heels of one last weekend by French President Emmanuel Macron. Macron triggered a backlash by remarking that Europe should not get caught in the middle of a conflict between the United States and China over Taiwan. Tensions in the region have escalated even higher since China conducted massive military drills sealing off Taiwan. Taiwan, in return, conducted a war disaster drill to practice responding to a Chinese attack. China's foreign minister called on Germany and others to condemn Taiwan.
Taiwan independent separatist forces in the island, with the support and influence of some overseas forces, are engaged in Taiwan independent separatist activities. This is the root cause for the tense situation in the Taiwan Strait today. If everyone hopes for stability in the Taiwan Strait and peace and tranquility in the region, they must take a clear stance against Taiwan independence and foreign interference.
Baerbock said a military escalation in the crucial Taiwan Strait would be a disastrous scenario for global trade and for export-dependent Germany. Some experts say it is possible Macron negotiated with China to forego weapons deliveries to Russia in exchange for France appearing to take China's side on Taiwan, and that it remains to be seen whether Beijing will honor its word on arms to Moscow.
I will be curious to see if this is a credible commitment and whether China sticks by these words. I do also think, if this was a trade, or there was any kind of horse trading between Macron and Beijing, I will be curious whether European and transatlantic unity and the perception of that fracturing in the wake of this visit was worth that commitment.
But another expert told VOA that although Macron's timing was poor, he may have a valid message for policymakers in Washington and Brussels that Europe is already anxious with the Russian invasion of Ukraine happening so close to home.
When you dig deeper, that's also a signal for the United States and for NATO allies that says, listen, this is probably coming. This is on our doorstep, this crisis with China over Taiwan. But we want to ensure that the United States does not pivot its attention entirely and kind of withdraws or diverts resources away from Europe and away from this war that we're facing with Russia.
China announced that it will send Defense Minister Li Shangfu to Russia next week for a 4-day visit at the invitation of his Russian counterpart, Sergei Shoigu. Cindy Saine, VOA News.